Welcome students. In this video I will cover functions, which is an extension to the previous video. If you have not watched that video, you should watch that video first. Now moving on to part 2, examples of function. Write a program using function to compute simple interest. Here is the function that I have created. Now what will happen? Firstly, this first line, as we know, Python interpreter goes on executing our statement from top down. Now firstly this line will execute, then the body will get skipped, then this line will execute, then this line will execute, then this line will execute. Now there are three variables p, r and t, which will get input from the user. Then on this statement function call get executed. This is the name of the function. Then the control moves from this statement to this statement, p, r and t, and the values of the variable p, r and t get copied to the variables a, b and c. Now a, b, c are local variables of s interest. If this is the f interest function, it has three variables a, b and c, which are local to this function. And if this is the main function or module, then it has how many variables? p, r, t, si. These are the global variables, and these are the local variables local to this function, right? By transferring the control to this statement, p, r and t get copied to a, b, c respectively. Then we use the return statement here. Return, what does return do? Return transfer the control and the value after computing a into b into c by 100, which is a formula of calculating simple interest. It returns the value and control to this line, and then the value gets transferred to si. Now si is referring to value which was returned by simple interest function. Now the value will be displayed in this statement. I hope you get the clarity. Now this is the output. Enter principal 1000, rate 4%, time 1 year, simple interest is 40. Then write a program to compute compound interest for 2 years. This is again written using functions. What will happen? Firstly, first line will get executed. This is the definition, function definition. This is the keyword, this is the identifier, name of the function using identifier. These are the parameters, and this is the default parameter. Now what will happen? Firstly this line get executed, then this line, then this line. Now we have not taken the value of t from the user, as we for 2 years, sorry, there should be 2. Then the compound interest call statement control get transferred to this line, and p and r value of the p and r get copied to the variable a and b respectively, and c get the value from the default value. Then amount and compound interest will get computed, and the value of the compound interest get returned from this to this line. Then this will execute, and then this is the output. Now moving on to scope variables. As we know, scope variables are of 3 types. Firstly, local, then enclosing, then global. These are the variables. Then built-in that are used by the language itself. these variables are local to the functions. These variables are the enclosing functions that enclose this variable, and these are the global variables, which are module level variables or main variables, and these variables are reserved by the language itself. Now in this function, what will happen, we have defined a function named state. This is a function definition. Firstly, this line will get executed, then this line will get executed. Now tigers is pointing to 95. Body will get skipped. Firstly, first line will execute this line, then this line will get executed, then this line will get executed. Now tiger has the value 95. Now state, this is the function call. Now the control will get transferred to this statement, here tiger. Now this is the function whose this is the function state1, and in state1 here is a variable tiger which is referring to 95. In the main program there is also a variable called tigers which contains the value 95. Sorry, this value is 15. What will happen, firstly this line will execute, then this line will get executed, then this line will get executed. Output should be firstly 95, then call to the variable, this function, which set its local variable to 15. Now this tiger will reference its local variable, then there should be 15, then print tigers. As this variable return, it destroy its local variable. On the entry to the call to the function, it creates its local variable, and upon return it destroy its local variables. Now tiger, which is local to state1, will get destroyed. We have tigers in the main function which has the value 95. Output should be this is the sample output, and it should be 95, 50, 95, which is the expected output. Now next, there is also another program. What will happen here, there is also function. Firstly this line will get executed, then this line will get executed, then this line, then this line. Upon function call, control will get transferred to this, then this line will get executed, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Now we will create the scope variables for state1. What will state1 represent? State1 and the main function. Main has the variable 95 tigers, and no other variable. Here the state function is not creating its own variable, it is using the global variable. Global means the variable which was there in the main function. Now when this line gets executed, then this line execute, tiger is referring to the value 95. Now tiger is referring to the value 95, and it is printing its own value. Then state1 is using by this keyword global tigers which was there in the main function. State1 function is using the variable tiger that is there in the main function. Now it sets the value of the tiger, which was previously 95 to 15, and prints its value, and then upon return it again print the tiger, which was there in the main function. Now the main value is changed and it will reflect 15. As you can see, this is the expected output. If you understood the concept of the local, enclosing, global and built-in variable, you should attempt this program. This program has been taken from the Python docs, and this is a great example to understand the scope variables using LEGB rule. What will happen here? Firstly, this line will get execute. This is the entire function body. From here to here, this is the entire function body. We will skip this body and go on executing this statement. When we execute this statement, we found that this is the call to the function. Then control will transfer to this statement, and after executing its body, we encounter this is again the function body, this is again the function, this is function. We will execute firstly this statement, then this statement, then this statement, then this statement, then this statement. Then we will execute this statement. Upon executing this statement, what we will do, we will create a variable spam, which is local to variable scope test spam. Then we will made a call to do local. Upon do local creates its variable spam local spam. Upon exiting, it will destroy its variable. Now when this statement executes, it will print this statement and this variable. Mainly focus on this spam. What is spam here? Spam is test spam instead of local spam. Why? Because upon exiting from this function, this local spam variable gets destroyed, and we have the value of this spam, which is test spam. Firstly, we should get test spam. Then here is again a call to do non-local. Now non-local is referring to the enclosing function. What is the enclosing function here? Enclosing function is the function that is above this function. Which function is above this function? Outside this function. These both are at the same level, but this function is enclosing scope test. Scope test is enclosing do non-local. Now this spam is explicitly referring to the spam that was there in scope test, and scope test spam is test spam again, and it is changing its value to non-local spam. Now its value is changed to non-local. Then upon exiting from this statement to this statement, we will execute this statement, and this spam has become non-local spam. Again we have a call statement to do global. Now global is the mains spam. We will find where is spam here. Spam is in the global here. This is the global spam. Now what we are doing, we are changing its value to global spam, and upon exiting, what we are doing, we are referring to the spam. We are not referring to the global spam here, we are referring to spam, simple spam. Spam is this variable and its value has been changed to non-local. Again we will get the value non-local spam, and upon exiting from this body we will move to this statement, and next last statement will get executed in global spam whose value is set to global spam, and we will get the global spam, and this is the expected output which we have written here. I hope you have understood. If you have not understood this, try executing this program using local, non-local, global and built-in scopes. Surely you will understand what is there. Next, how to create functions. To create a functions, if you have created a program without functions, it is easy to create function. How to create functions? Firstly, look at this program, what this program is doing. This program is computing GCD of two numbers. We are inputting two numbers, then upon testing which value is greater, we are computing the GCD. This is the terminating condition for GCD. If B is 0, GCD is A. If B is 0, suppose we have 8 and 6. We want to find the HCF or GCD of two variables 6 and 8. How to compute GCD? This is the stopping criteria. If this B is 0, what we will get? We will get the this A as GCD. This function, this program was there in your 11th syllabus. What if we want to make function of this program? I have written a program. Let us have a look. Firstly, we will define the definition statement. We'll use the keyword, and this is the name of the function. Here are two parameters. We have to decide how many parameters the definition should take. Here two values, because we want GCD of two numbers, and this is the body, same as this statement, but instead of break we are using return. As we know, return statement return the control and values to the call statement next to the call statement. Upon finding the GCD, we will return the control to this statement. Whichever return will execute first will shift the control. If is false, then this return will return the control and values to this statement. Rest will get the value of GCD and it will got printed. Thank you. See you in the next video.